But they came up and they said, hey, Will, Janelle was doing the talk. She said, listen, we think you should throw the next HOH. And Howie was like, yeah. And I was like, well, why would I do that? And they were like, well, there's a lot of things in this house you don't know about. And I was like, well, enlighten me. Like, why should I throw it? Like, let me know. Clearly, I'm talking to professionals here. I'd like to think season 6 is sort of rookies. So they were like, well, then they started like stammering. And then someone else came out and I was like, are we going to talk about this later? And they were like, we don't know. And then they just like left, ran away. So it's like it was their feeble attempt to I don't know what they were thinking.
Well,
but
they called me up here and they're like, do you guys vote? I'm like, I don't know.
We lied to them.
I didn't lie.
No, we lied to them.
Oh.
We said, yeah, we're thinking about keeping Allison. Just to like throw them off.
Okay, because they don't know. They have no idea.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think they think that we voted for Allison.
Oh, do they?
I think they think that.
They didn't ask me.
But if there was any doubt that Howie and Janelle are together, which there never was, like, it should be out in the open now that they're totally together.
Like, Danielle, if you had to, I mean, have you thought about if you win HOH, do you know who you want to put up?
Mm-hmm.
You can tell us.
I think right now.
Is it us too?
No. Oh, absolutely not. The thing
Trust me, when it's my time, there will not be anything awkward in this house. I will not be like, you know how people like don't talk and stuff? I'm going to be like, I got to get out of here.
No, I'm not putting you. No, not at all. It's got to be either Jay and Diane because they have a secret alliance.
You think they do?
I know they do.
I hear new stuff every day.
I do too. I don't.
You do?
No, I mean I hear new
Well,
stuff
the
every day.
rumor was that
I've
they
never
had
heard this.
one. It's called Mr. and Mrs. Smith. and it was validated if she was to wear black and white when we came into the house.
What?
And
How did
if,
she-
wait, because I hear things. And if you guys remember when she was throwing the boulder, he turned to her. He goes, "Don't forget about Angelina Jolie." It's like, got you.
Whoa.
What was the black and white thing?
That was to validate that the alliance was strong if they got in.
See, the only good thing that we're totally out there is we're totally out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there's no worrying.
This is just me speculating and going with my gut, but my gut's usually pretty on it.
Well,
See,
Danielle, James aside, aren't you a little threatened by the other three?
No, because they're huge targets. You got to keep the targets in the house because that house is probably going to go after them. So you want people that they going to go after before you.
But
so
Danielle,
let them
imagine
fight.
if you're in the final two and against a season 6er, and there's 3 season 6ers on the jury.
That's not going to happen, though. It's not going to happen.
There's 4 weeks to get out. I think in 4 weeks you got to get rid of 2 of them
Well, let's see what
before
happens.
this Western.
If
Yeah, I
we
mean,
get
obviously
it.
can't get ahead of ourselves.
Yeah. But I don't know.
But see, I was under the impression, and I don't know this, that Janelle sort of made the decision to put you and Allison up. Is that not true?
I think Jace was aligned with Allison and Diane, and he put me up with Allison thinking everyone's going to kick me out right away. But it backfired. If I'm gone, it all depends. That's my premonition of things. Because, I'm going to tell you why. Because I came up with this, because what, I was thinking, sitting there, and even though Janelle told me I was safe, but it's just weird being in this house, and no alliances were clear. No one came and made any discussions. So what I did was this. I said, what if Chase throws the HOH and purposely gets nominated and we can kick out Janelle? And Allison goes, yeah, because and she started naming who she had. Boom, boom, boom. And that was my way of trying to get information out of her. I said, well, maybe we should tell Janelle. And she goes, no, we shouldn't tell Janelle. We need to kick him out. And then it got back to Janelle that I started this plan.
Mm-hmm.
But I told Janelle the reason why I started it because I wanted to see where everyone stood. And that's the honest truth.
See, the problem is everybody's waiting on the wings to see other people make decisions.
But it's already, the lines are drawn. By that happening this week, you know who's aligned with whom and who
But see,
isn't.
I don't know who is with who.
You can tell. Nicole's is like doing her thing. James is basically doing his thing, but he's keeping him around to help him get to the finals. Diane, Jace, and Allison work together. Because last
Mr. and
night,
Mrs. Smith, that's kind of hot.
last night when we went to bed, I kind of got, something woke me up, and I saw her go into the bedroom, and he was walking back to the bedroom looking around. I'm like, busted. So it's.
What's your opinion of Marcellus?
He's playing on his own. He's going to do what he has to do.
See, him, Chicken George, Erica, and Nokomis, they're all floating out there to see what happens.
Right. Right. So, we'll see. But yeah, Jace, because it was one of those things when we were talking, I said, so you don't have any alliances? He goes, no. I'm like, you're full of it. I said, okay.
See, I thought they didn't like each other from their season. Did they become friends?
That's what makes it perfect
They
for them.
became friends after.
And just watch them. They have no interaction, which is like to me, it's just too much. Like she don't talk to him at all.
That's interesting.
Here's one thing, Danielle. Do you think if one of the season 6ers wins HOH, are you going to be able to put them more interested in that problem than this problem?
If one of the season
Yes.
6 wins,
They're
we're
not
up.
coming after you. No.
I'm telling you, we're
No,
up.
you're not. You know you're not. Because they know remember, the season 6 alliance was called the Sovereign Six. How many of them? Or how many of you guys? 2. They're going to need you.
Are they smart enough to realize that?
I think Kaiser is.
Kaiser is, but the thing is, if Howie wins it, then you and I go up.
He
Because
can't
of
do
your
it.
banter?
No.
Or just
But
because...
Howie is perpetually scared because I put it in his head. If I win, I'm putting me and Howie up. And he's horrified of that. And he pretends like he's not, but he's shaking.
Horrified.
It's his worst nightmare. And he's like, okay. And I said, look, if you and I win a dual HOH, Howie, I'm not going to agree to anything, and you and I are going up.
See, the thing is, if it's a 2 thing like the last one, if you're in the final 2 or 3 people and he's on the other side, I mean, depending how it's set up, he's going to have to throw it because he is so afraid of that.
Exactly. Which is perfect.
I think Kaiser and Janelle are the brains. I mean, Howie's smart, but...
You can see when I tell Howie he and I are going up,
He's panicked.
He gets panicked. Like, he goes, oh, that's fine, that's fine. He's panicking. Like, he doesn't know what to do.
I don't know what's more dangerous, people playing together or wild cards playing for themselves. No, everyone's playing for themselves,
Either
but
or.
they're both dangerous.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting. Well, right now, my mind's going through a lot of things, but you don't know until whoever wins HOH.
Yeah.
And that's when you just start thinking things out. But I started that idea just so I can see where everyone stood. Because I was just like, what the hell is going on? No one's talking?
I'll tell you like, if Kaiser wins HOH,
What's going to happen?
I think Janelle will get in his ear, and you and I will go up.
She has his ear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I do too.
I don't think so.
You don't?
Because I talked to Kaiser after the rap party, and I always talked about Will. I said, why would you go after him?
Because he can go anytime. Right.
But he doesn't realize
We
that that's
may
how
need
Will
you-
won.
We may need you to
Yeah.
to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, the one advantage